Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It is me, Lisa Sims, and this is my sim right here, Chanel. We are doing a gold digging sim. I was posting videos, clips about her on TikTok, but TikTok wasn't giving her the views that she deserved. So we're gonna put all her clips together here on YouTube. And I want to get all this out the way because I want you guys to see what Chanel is going through in her life, you know? So she's going to be getting as many men as she can, marrying them and taking all of their money, and she don't give a damn about it. She's trying to get out of this crusty ass apartment. But here is her first victim. She actually got pregnant with his baby and he was happy about it. And then he started yelling at her like, why are you yelling at her when you was just happy? Make up your mind. Are you happy or are you mad? He got mad because he realized that he's a married man. He was like, I can't be happy right now. I'm married. You know, Octavia is going to whip his ass when she finds out. And then he starts singing right after he yells at her like, get your bipolar ass up out of my house, boy. Anyway, second victim, Mr. Jeffrey Landgrab, and he was playing hard to get at first, but then he caved in. He is feeling Chanel. He really wants this girl. Look at him. He's falling for her, flirting with her all out in public in his neighborhood. And look who walks up, Miss Nancy Landgrab. She is pissed off. He over here flirting, and then he saw Nancy from the corner of his eye like, oh, damn, I gotta get up out of here. Nancy, I'm so sorry, girl. We need your man real quick. We don't want him for real, so you can have him back when we get what we want. She ain't gonna leave him no way. But anyways, they went on a date, and he requested a table with this dude. And I'm like, Jeffrey, you're on a date with me. Why are you requesting a table with him? I don't understand. Chanel is a pregnant girl. She's eating for two, so why didn't you get her some food? Like, come on now, Jeffrey. Do better. And then he's going out to where Chanel is. Chanel is standing outside mad. She ain't gonna get mad because she's trying to get money out of him. But how dare you come in her face with this food when she's hungry? I don't care if it's a grilled cheese sandwich. She's hungry. She's eating for two. But he gave her this big kiss, and she's like, okay, we're going to let that slide. We're going to sit here at the bar and order us some food. Because for some reason, it wasn't letting them request a table at this restaurant. So she's ordering her food, and then he gets up and he goes back inside the restaurant. And I'm like, I wonder where he went. That's right. He went back with this guy. So we called him out here. We're going to try to get some money out of this man because I ain't got time for this. He ain't paying me no mind. So let me get my coin and get up out of here. So she's begging him for money, and he gives her $7,000. So she's like, okay, daddy, it's that easy. Let me try this again. So she goes and she asks for $7,000 more. And at first he's gonna act like he don't want to give it to her, like it's bothering him. And he's like, okay, sweetie, here you go. And she's like, okay, bet, we got another 7,000. So he starts talking to her, and she's like, I don't give a damn what this man gotta say. You see, she ignoring him, right? So she gets up and she's like, okay, bye. She don't want to talk to him no more. She got her money. So she goes home after her date, and she finds this man at her door. So she's like, oh, who's this cute little fella here? You cute or whatever. Come in. And they start talking. She's flirting. And then she gets up and she's like, let me just give you a little smooch and kick it up a notch. He fell for her instantly. Like, even if she's pregnant, these men is going to fall for her. And then this happens, and she's like, Zeddy, where you at, Zeddy? And he went straight to the bedroom. You already know, like, he is feeling her that bad. He's trying to get it on. He want to get it on with Chanel. So he over here just caressing her, feeling on her belly, and just telling her sweet nothings. Like, Chanel got it that bad that these guys are falling for her like that. He is like, this is my baby now. I'm the baby daddy. So the next day she gave birth, and the first place she came was the baby daddy's house because he left her in that hospital all alone, pushing out a big-headed baby. The least he can do is hold his kid. So we came here because we're going to leave the baby here with him. Like, you're going to take your baby since you wanted to get me pregnant. You're going to take the baby. So we're coming to see how this house looks, and is it good enough for a baby? Even if it wasn't, he was still going to take the baby. But this house looks good enough. The baby's going to stay here. So he's downstairs slow dancing with Chanel, and I'm like, is your wife even here? And she sure is. She's up here working out, and I'm like, is she pregnant? Oh my God, this girl is pregnant. We just had your baby and you got your wife pregnant too? Oh my God. So she down here begging for money, and of course he gives it to her. So he gives her $7,000, and she see them over here having a little family moment, and she comes to mess it up because that's how Chanel is. She don't care. She's gonna ruin people's relationships even if she don't want the man for real. So Octavia's here and she's not paying Chanel no mind. She's like, who is this whore in my house? But Chanel comes over and she convinces this man to leave his wife. And he says yes. He really left his wife for Chanel. Like, we didn't really want you, girl. We just wanted to see if you was gonna really do it. And he really did it. He left his wife for Chanel. But you're not going to see Chanel really anymore. The baby is going to come live with you, and your wife and kid, and y'all going to be one big happy family. So when I'm in the process of moving little baby in, I see that this man only has $50,000. I'm like, bro, you lied to me because you told me that you had enough money to buy you and whoever else whatever they want. I can't get anything. Like, Chanel got more money than you. But anyway, here's your son. Take care of him and I'll come visit sometime, maybe. And here is the fourth victim, Mr. Don. Don was looking all cute walking down the street. So Chanel saw him outside the window and she's like, come over here, daddy, come over here. He comes in, but then he wanted to keep his distance. Like, he was not coming near Chanel at all. Like, he heard some things about her on the street probably. Because he did not want to come near her at all. So she's like, we're going to buy him a drink. I'll buy you a drink, daddy, and we can get to talk and get to know each other. And he moved closer just a little bit. He did not even come that close. She's like, damn, like, stop playing. So they go outside. He broke in and he started talking to her more. They came out here to lay on this dirty ground and cloud gaze. Like, Don, you don't know what you getting yourself into because Chanel is using you, buddy. She's gonna take you for everything you got and you don't even know it. Don't let that charm fool you, daddy, because she got you where she wants you now. She gonna have you wrapped around her finger just like the rest of them. And then he does this, like, he fell for her real quick. Like, why are you doing this right now, Don? He felt so ashamed, so he had to walk away real quick. He had to do the walk of shame. Why you did that? He like, I don't know why I did that. Me either. But look who came crying at our door and just get in my bed, wetting up my pillow with his tears. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? This man is crying because he got a damn divorce. Like, why are you crying that you got a divorce? It was you that did it. I know we convinced you to leave your wife, but we didn't know you was going to actually do it. Like, you knew your wife for how long and you divorced her for Chanel? You knew Chanel for like 2 minutes and you left your wife for her. Are you crazy? So he comes to the kitchen to talk to Chanel about his problems, and she sits down to talk to him, and then he starts yelling at her like, this is your fault. This is your fault. You made me lose my wife. Like, and then he starts laughing. I told you this man is bipolar. I'm like, she's like, okay, you gotta go. I was going to try to get him to give her some money, but then I was like, no, just go. He was pissing me off. So she was bored the next day and she's like, let me call up one of my sugar daddies. And she called up Jeffrey and he was like, sorry, I'm sleeping. I'm like, I know he lying. So we gonna call up an Uber and we gonna go creep up at his house. Let's pop up. And his daughter out here. I'm like looking at her and I'm like, nah, you is not the daddy. But anyway, he up here on the computer like, Jeffrey, I thought you were sleeping. Why you lying to me? Is it because your wife is home? But then she comes upstairs, she gives him a little smooch, and he's not even mad about it. Like, he's not mad that she popped up at his house with his family here. And then they start doing this. Like, Jeffrey, you get down like that even with your wife in the next room? He must not care about Nancy at all. So then he goes in the room and plays with his little daughter, maybe daughter, and like nothing ever happened. Like, you was just in the next room making out with Chanel. And then Chanel comes over here like, let me ruin their little happy family moment and show Nancy what Jeffrey is really all about. So he starts kissing her and Nancy is pissed. She turns around. She's like, okay, I'm not even going to look at this. Maybe if I drain it out, it won't bother me. She just turned around. So she goes and she sits, lays down with her son and goes to sleep. Maybe if I go to sleep, it could be a dream. And she comes in the room when she wakes up and starts flirting with him. And he shoves her to the side like, no, I'm in love with Chanel. And Chanel's like, that's my baby. So then he comes and he proposes to Chanel because he left Nancy right then and there. He left Nancy. She convinced him to leave Nancy and then he proposed to her. I was like, oh my God. So now it's going to be a Chanel and land grab wedding. It's going to be a land grab wedding with Chanel. She's getting what she wants and she's happy about it. So it is wedding day. And Chanel is happy as ever because she's about to get all the money she can get out of this man. He is telling her how much he loves her and she just a giggling. Look at her. She can't even keep her composure. She is happy as hell because she's getting that money. And look at over here in the corner. Miss Nancy. She's here. We invited her, but we didn't think she was going to show up and actually watch her man getting married to somebody else. She's miserable right now. She's mad. She lost all that land grab money to some skank. Gold digging skank. Look at Nancy. I'm so sorry, girl. She's so sad. Look at that lip. It's quivering. She is so sad. Like, my man left me for this whore. I can't believe it. But Nancy was only with him for the money. That's why she's sad. Because she wants that money. And Jeffrey is here so happy. He is just as happy as ever, smiling, hurting his cheeks, turning red, because he just looking at his new bride. Like, I got me somebody with a big old booty. And he do not know what is coming next. Chanel used you, bro. You don't even know it. And then she's talking to her guests, and then this happens. Like, oh lady, what is wrong with you? You coming up in my wedding doing this to me? She lucky. But anyway, we was about to take all his money. He only got 84,000. We like, Mr. Land Grab, where's all that land grab money? We thought you had the coins. But we don't care how much he got. We gonna take all of it. We was gonna take all the money and leave him in the land grab household, but they didn't let us do that. So we had to move Jeffrey in with us. So we gonna take his money, move him in, and then break the bad news to him, because he ain't staying here. We got a lot of other men that we need to get with. And so she got him on the bed, and she's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want to be with you anymore. He is crying his eyes out. She shed a little tear, fake tear, because you see that she smiled right after she wiped that fake tear off her eye, right? Because she played him. She got some money, she ain't giving it back, and she left this man and told him to get out. She was like, get your ass out my bed and go home. So he takes out his phone and calls up Nancy, like, Nancy, honey, I'm sorry, could I come back home? So he goes back home with no money and sad as ever, regretting everything that he just done. Still in his tuxedo, crying his eyes out, and then he goes to his bed, gets in it, and cries some more. Jeffrey, you just got scammed. She took all his money, and he is so sad about it. Now he gotta work his way up back to the top. Well, he didn't have that much money anyway. So here she is with this grin on her face. Like, you could see in her face that she just don't care what she just did. She is on to the next. She is trying to figure out who is the next man she gonna get to marry her. We gonna try to get somebody else. So let me know if you guys want a part 2 and see who else she's going to marry, who else money she is going to take, because she's not done yet. She got a lot of men in her love section. So we're going to keep meeting guys, and we're going to keep on marrying them, taking their money. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you want that part 2. So thank you guys for watching. Bye. Yeah, we out.